What's up, YouTubers? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If this video was helpful, please hit that like button. Any questions or comments, leave down below. In today's video, I'll be talking to you and showing you about my new electric fan installation. I removed the old factory plastic motor fan, which is it was old and brittle and it was all cut up and beat up, so I removed it. And it decreases the horsepower, so this is what I prefer, which I recommend. The car was equipped with air conditioning at one time, which has been removed, but the fans were still intact and they're actually still working. So they do come on too thermostatically with the temp sensor installed factory from the radiator. So these fans do come on about 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and then they can shut down at like 160 Fahrenheit. For the fan, which I recommend is Hayden, the best in the business, Rapid Cool. These are you buy them off online, they're about 170 bucks, but you get what you pay for. Of course, I would go to Amazon or eBay and get the $60, $70 ones, I believe. But you get what you pay for. And when it comes to cooling, you don't want to be on the side of the road let down by a cheap fan. So Hayden's very good product. This one is a pusher and a puller, so you can go bi-direction, as you can see right here. And it tells you the CFMs and the diameters and all the stats you need. Its part number is a 3680, Hayden 3680. It's a 12-inch fan. So of course you can see on mine's a puller, so mine pulls cold air from outside. That's what you want. You do not want to pull the air from the motor. You always want, when you're sitting in traffic or at a stoplight, you want air coming in from the outside. Just keep that in mind. So in today's video anyway, I'm going to be showing you how I did the relay. Like you can see, I already got the fan installed. It's really self-explanatory when you get the instructions. You just push these nice little plastic things through the radiator core, through the fins, little zip ties like. So it's really nice. Just center it, make sure it's somewhat center. But back to the relay. It's a really nice relay. It's just got to drill a hole. I put actually a self-tapper screw into it. But this relay's got all the wires already installed onto it. So it basically just plugs in, plug and play, which is really nice. So I'm gonna go through the wiring schematic to help you guys out. Okay. First things first is you need a 12-volt constant supply of power, which is this red wire with the fusible link. So what I did is they recommend you go right from the battery terminal, 12-volt battery terminal, but this battery's in the back of the car, right above the trunk, so I didn't feel like running a wire. So what I did was, here's the fuse panel on this car, and so I just took my power test light and found a constant 12-volt supply, which is right here underneath this wire nut, and I tagged in there, which is no big deal. A lot of your power is going to get absorbed by this breaker, the relay. I think this is like maybe a 30 amp relay, so these take all the power resistance, so you can tag in. But if you guys want to go off the battery, that's fine too, especially if your battery's right up on the top front. But so that's the red wire. And then the second wire, the big wire, is this orange wire. There's an orange right here. It's got a fusible link block inline too. And that's going to be coming right from the fan itself. Right here, this wire. It's this coated wire. There's two wires on here. And one's a ground. And one's the orange wire. This thick orange wire. And it's you can reverse the power negative to get the fan to switch power, like I said from the beginning, the pusher and the puller. So before you get the wires all hooked up, just hook it up to 12 volts and reverse it, see which one pulls and pushes And what I did was for a good testing, you can stick a piece of paper in here, like so, and it should hold against the radiator. It's just suck in, hold the paper against the radiator by itself for the right directional way you need it. And then it should blow this too a little bit when you plug the fan in, so you know which you got the right direction you need. And these are the instructions, the schematics and stuff. So they're kind of hard to read. They could have went a little bit bigger writing, but the schematic works pretty good. That's the one I went off of. So yeah, the orange wire goes into the fan and the ground, and actually this wire on the fan is actually blue. So blue goes to the orange, and that's another fusible blink. So you got your fan hooked up. You got the power going to the orange and to the ground. You got your constant 12-volt supply. So then you go up to what I installed next was this snatch relay. It's a thermostat. It goes into the radiator. It's a push-through probe, brass or copper, I believe. It's got the locking pin right there, locking retainer. And what you do is you push it all the way through, and then you got notches in it. You take a wire cutter and you cut the probe off closest to the radiator, and put that locking retainer on there, and then it comes out, and you install it closest to the top of the radiator hose as you can possibly get the best accurate reading. So there's two wires coming off the snatch relay, and it's a brown one. That one is fed. That one is fed from the relay. That's a signal wire going in, talking to the thermostat. And the yellow wire comes out. That is a 12-volt key-on power. 12-volt key-on power, which you got to find with a test light. And what I did was these older cars are hard to. They don't have a lot of connections for stealing power from. So what I did was I found the back of the alternator had a key-on 12-volt power. So I robbed it from the back of the alternator, which is no big deal. This little yellow wire is tagged in there, heat shrunk it, and then zip tied it all nice. So you got your key on, your yellow wire is key on power, and that was fed right to the snatch relay thermostatic. And that one turns on at 180 also, and I think shuts down at 160. So, and then there's two more wires that I'm not used in this car. I'm going to tell you why here. This green wire and the blue wire. The blue wire is for a dual fan setup, for more high performance cars, or if you just have want a dual fan setup, which I do, but they're both on their own circuitry, so that is not needed for me. So I just snipped it and taped it off. And then the other one is a green wire, which goes to the AC compressor. That, or it's a signal wire for a override switch, which I got installed, but I'm going to show you how I installed that one. And then what I did for that override, here's the override switch right here. I drill a hole, and this is just works good. Pushes a lot of air. Pulls a lot of air, I'm sorry. That's a two-way switch. It's just like basically like a solenoid, on and off. It breaks the circuit. So I don't need this green wire, because this green wire is for like a multi rocker switch with like a 3-4 spade options on it. The one I hooked in is the old one. It's just power in, power out. And what I did to hook that up is, because I really recommend you put an override switch on, just in case this snatch relay fails. You always want to have a bell to turn on override constant power. So what I did was, I remember from the beginning, I took this constant 12 volts, and what I did is I tagged in a wire and pushed it through the back of this fuse block, which is no biggie, and then just taped it. You can always get your own constant 12 volt power supply, but it's not much. It's not a big problem, so I just tagged in there. So that's one wire that goes to that switch inside the car, and the other one tags into the yellow. I mean, into the orange wire. The other part of that switch tags into the orange part that goes right from the fan. So the override switch goes constant power and fed from the power of the fan. So it's the orange wire, which is the fan wire, and the constant 12 volt. That's all it is, and it just breaks the circuit. So it just turns the fan on and turns the fan off. Real simple. You know, like I said before, you get other rocker switches or toggle switches that have multiple different options. So, and that's, I believe you have to read the instructions for that, but pretty sure that's what that green wire gives you more options. It's a signal wire, so it talks to the relay. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Then you just go around, zip tie and make it look nice. I got a wiring harness I'm gonna put over it, like a plastic housing that covers these, but you gotta get them nice and tight. Make sure they're clear of any fans that turn on and any heat. Make sure you don't want to buy nothing hot or something that can arc out. But everything's fused from the relay to the inline fuses to even this. So everything's fused. That's the best way to do it. I got these plastic plugs coming. That's why this is like that. I bought the car. It was like this. So I was waiting on the shipping for the plugs, but I gotta get it working. So, but yeah, if this video helped you out, please give it a thumbs up. And any question or comments, please leave down below. And thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.